What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. As you can see, I picked up some new equipment. I picked up the new Roland VG3 540. If you guys know, or if you don't know, the show Sign Expo was here in Atlanta, so my plan was to go out there and either buy a direct-to-film printer designated for doing direct-to-film, or pick up a wide format printer. I went with a wide format printer. The DTF machine would have been great. It would have been very valuable to us because it would have sped up the whole process of DTF prints, right? Because we're so busy, so backed up with DTF prints. And I want to say thanks to you guys if you've ever placed an order with me for direct to film. I appreciate you guys. But I wanted to bring in something different. Learning a whole new program, challenging myself, my team here to learn something else and master it, right? So we brought in the new Roland printer, right? They had them there, and if you know or if you don't know, whenever you go to a show, that's a good time to buy something because they're running a bunch of show discounts, right? So I got this one at a really good price, and this thing is not even out yet, right? It's out, but it's back ordered till like August or September, something like that. So I'm one of the first ones to have it. Even when the guy came to do the training, he was like, man, how does it feel to be one of the only people to own this machine right now? So to me, it's whatever, right? I'm all about putting out product and getting this thing up and running and working, right? So we're going to be doing 300 stickers, right? So I'm still trying to learn the whole process of this whole thing. I mean, I've done a couple orders, right? I did this one I did as a giveaway. This was one of the first ones I did to Battle Cry. So you guys know Battle Cry, check them out on Instagram. And then Art by Mateos. I hope I said it right. But them also, right? These I gave them all for free, right? Just something, they made an order through me, and then I gave them these for free, right? And then this one right here to Battle Cry, I did a little post on Instagram and was like, hey, I just got this printer. The first person to send me their logo, I'm gonna print you 50 stickers. So that's what I did for him. But they came out good, right? They came out good. But it's still a process that I have to learn. So I got my first paying job. We got 300 stickers. A lot of people are probably gonna want to know, oh, how much are you charging for a 2-inch sticker, a 3-inch sticker, so on, right? I really don't even know. Like, it's up in the air of what I'm doing. So what I'm doing is I'm going to these other websites and seeing what they're charging, and I'm just matching it. So if you guys need some stickers, I guess we just price match it, whatever, right? It's not a big deal. So we're gonna figure this thing out. So today we're doing 300 oval stickers for a local soccer team, soccer league that I do here. I do all their screen printing and I do all their embroidery. Now that I brought this in here, he's excited, I'm excited because I do a ton of work for them. And now he's gonna add banners and stickers, right? He's already doing them, but he gets them from somewhere else because I wasn't able to do them. By me bringing this in here, I got his business too now, right? So let's go ahead and get into this and see if I can even do this right. So let's go. Okay, so here we are with the front of it. We're gonna go ahead, we're gonna load our material through the back of it. Once I put it up here, there's a vacuum. All these little holes that are all along this are a vacuum, and what it's gonna do is it's going to suck the material and hold it down while we get it lined up. So let's go ahead and do that first. So one of the things I do recommend is whenever you're messing with this material, use gloves. I have yet to buy gloves yet, so we're gonna go ahead and feed this up. It's just to keep the grease off of your the grease from your fingers to getting on this. So you heard the beep. Give it a second. There's the vacuum. It's now holding it in place, and then they recommend that you square it up. You make sure that it's not off to the left or to the right. Still learning, right? So now that we have the vinyl in place, there's a lever right here, like there's a lever in the front. We can go ahead and lock our material in, and then you can hear the vacuum is now going to turn off. And then what we're going to do is we're not going to leave this loose. They said they recommend that you tighten it up. So it's tightened up. So let's go ahead and go back to the front now. Material pulled forward. What we want to do is we want to make sure that it's straight across this line. So I'm going to lift this up, and as you can see, it's like loose, and then you'll hear the vacuum turn on in a minute. We're going to bring this, there it is right there. The vacuum's on, holding it in place. We're going to take our vinyl, and they told when they were here, they told me to line it up with these lines, right? There's no lines that go up and down. So we're gonna line it up with those lines. And then there's some clamps right here on the edge, right here, that you can slide in to slide over it to hold it down. So we got that. Now we're gonna go ahead and lock it into place. We're gonna go ahead and close the lid because we need to load our media now. All right, so if you look right here, it says load media. We're gonna come to setup. When the tech was here, he set up the sticker vinyl and he set up some HTV that we have too. We're gonna be doing some pattern HTV to sell at the vinyl stand, but for right now we're working with the IJ35. So we're gonna hit next, and we're not gonna use the take up. So I'm not gonna hit start setup yet, but what I wanna show you is what it's gonna do whenever I hit this. So let's move you back over there. All right, so what it's doing right now is it's automatically adjusting the vinyl if it was off just a little bit. So now you're gonna see that the plotter has disconnected from the print head and is doing a setup. So I guess it's reading the vinyl, reading the edge of it, and there it goes with the light on, reading the edge of the vinyl. So we're good. Now we're good. We're ready to go. It no longer says setup. All right, so now we have it output possible. Once this orange runs out, I have all these inks ready to go. I ordered a whole set of inks already, but like this orange, you use it until it tells you that it's done, right? Because I think I pay like $120 for each one of these, right? All right, so now it says output is possible. So we got 51.7 is the width, and then the length I don't have it set up because it's a whole roll, right? Once these run out, it will let you know, it will beep. I have these ready to go whenever I need them. So what we're gonna do right now, here's our heaters, and you can see this is where the first heater's at, that's where the second heater's at, and as you can see, that's how it's gonna roll out. So we're good to go. Let me take you over to Versus Studio now. So I'm not gonna jump into the screen and do all that good stuff, right? So what we're gonna do is simply look for our thumb drive. I have one called, a folder called stickers, right? So we're doing the Bulls logo. We're gonna take it and drop it over here. Go ahead and close that out, and then we're gonna double click. There's our logo right there that we're gonna be cutting. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna open it up. So here's our media link, right? We could click this to actually get our media link because the machine went across and came back, so it measured it for us, right? So whenever we click this get media link, it's automatically gonna go by what the machine is telling it it's gonna go by. I think that's what it is. So let's see what we got here. We don't need to change any of this that I know of as of right now. None of that. None of that. Here's our sticker that we're going to be cutting, and as you can see, these lines, they call them the guy was calling them the dancing ants. So we got these little dancing ants, which tells us where it's going to be cutting. So we're going to come here. We're not using that one. We're going to come to settings. And we're going to change other controls, right? Because you could either the vacuum strong. We're going to do a dry time of about 3 minutes. Even though this machine, as it's printing, I'll show you, as it's printing, I could touch it and it's going to be dry. I let it dry for about 3 minutes. That's just my preference. If you guys have a different way of doing it, leave some notes, leave some comments down below. Let me know. I'm new to this. All right, so here we are right here, right? So I'm gonna click this little zoom tool and I'm gonna highlight this, and it's gonna zoom me in to my image, right? We're gonna go, we're doing a print and cut. Hopefully you can see this where it says print. But whenever we're going through the training, the guys always like, change it from print to cut, just to cut, so that you can make sure that it shows those lines going around there. Because if it doesn't show those lines and you go ahead and you print all 300 of them, what's going to happen is it's not going to cut it, and you're going to have to sit there, if you want to, cut them out by hand. So let me show you how to switch that to cut so you can make sure that the line is on there. So right here you're going to see it says print to cut. You can click this down, it's going to say cut and print. So I guess it would do, I guess if you were just doing a regular decal where it's going to cut around it, you could cut around it and then print it. We're doing perforated cuts, so it's going to be the same process, but it's actually going to cut the sticker out for us, right? So then you could print only, but we want to see the cut line. So as you can see, these cut lines going around. He told me you also want to make sure that they're inside of this boundary, right? So if they're outside the boundary, it's not going to cut it. So these are good. They're in the boundary and we're ready to go. So we're going to go ahead and put this back onto print and cut because we don't want it to just cut. If we left it on cut only, it's only going to cut it and we're going to ruin all of that vinyl. So here's my settings for the perforated cut length, the force, the half cut length, and the half cut force, whatever all that means. It's saved. It's already saved on my computer. It's saved in the settings in VersaWorks, right? So I don't know what this means. We're doing a 4-inch wide sticker. So the good thing is here on this here, you can actually come in here and change how big you want it, right? So we're good there. We're good there. Let's see what we got. Right, and then we're going to come back to the top. Now that we're back at the top, we're going to do 300 stickers. So let's go ahead and click this. 300. Oh, it's 1300. 300. And it's only letting me do 250. So this paper is only so long, or the sheet, the roll is way longer than this, because this is only showing 60 inches. So I'm going to do 100 of them. So let's do 96, and then so 204 should go across, and then 100. So we'll do 204 of them, and then we'll do 100 of them, or 96 of them. So let's do the 96. So there's our 96, and then we want to center this on the media. So you want to make sure it's centered. So we're going to come to one of the, oh, here it is right here. Center on media. Click that. It shifts it over. Hit OK. Here's our job right here. We're then going to bring this up. And we're only doing one of these. So let's go ahead, hit print, and let it start printing. Alright, so earlier you guys saw when it came out with just the plotter. This time it's coming out with the plotter and the print head. So let me bring you in closer. Check this out. Alright, so here's what I was telling you. Hopefully you can see this. I'll do it right here. But as this is coming out, you can see like there's no smearing in this ink. It's already drying. Like I said, underneath the print head where it's printing right now, there is a heater. And then as it's coming down this, there's also another heater. You can't feel it, I can, but this is very warm. So as it's coming out, drying it, feels good. Alright, so right here, if we look, it shows the print output progress. Here's what we're printing. We got about 4.5 minutes to go. So on the previous Rolands, it didn't have this. From what I've seen on videos, it just had like a little screen, and then it had a bunch of little arrows and menu buttons that you could mess with. This is pretty cool. Perforated cut. I hate to do it while it's cutting, because you can All right, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and hit the sheet cut. You're gonna see the plotter or the cutter disconnect from the actual print head, and then it's gonna cut the sheet. So here we go. The vacuum turned on to hold it, goes across, cut it, and then you can simply pull it right out. So with this one being that it's 204, 100 of them went down to the take-up bar. I don't know if I should have used the take-up bar or I should have just, I don't know, we'll figure it out. But this one's probably gonna get on the floor because it's a little bit longer. The other one was 194. This one's double the amount, so it's gonna be longer. All right, let's check out these stickers and see if we had the cut settings right. I guess I should have did it before I started these, but let's look. I need a bigger spot. This place is getting too small. I need a table to put this on. But I should simply be able to come in here and pop these out. And our settings are good. Some people will say if you could flick it out like that, then you know it's good. That's what the guy was telling me. I'm not gonna say some people. The guy that was here doing the training was like, this is what you want to be able to do when it comes to doing the stickers. Hopefully you guys can see this. That's it. I just want to take you guys through the process of doing these stickers. I didn't want to take you through the last part of me popping out the last 200 because it was forever. But here it is right here. These came out good. Whenever I did my perforated cut that the machine reads, I did it slightly inside the black so that whenever I pop these out, you wouldn't see any of the white outline. So these came out really good. I'm pleased to see what this machine has done with these first 3 jobs that I've had. I got 2 more jobs I got to do, 50 stickers each for some bakeries. So hopefully they like what we're putting out, and hopefully they're reoccurring for their containers or their bags or whatever they're doing. So thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you guys for all the support over these last years. Until next time, keep pressing.